Welcome to 301 Banter. Today's guest is one of the most accomplished softball players to come out of Minnesota in recent years, and her journey is nothing short of incredible. She got her start at Edina High School, where she was a 6-year letter winner playing shortstop and outfield for the Hornets. During that time, she earned 4 straight all-conference and all-selection honors from 2019 to 2022. Along with back-to-back first-team all-state selections in 2021 and 2022. She also capped off her high school career by being selected to the Senior Border Battle in 2022. From there, she took her game to another level at Northern Iowa Area Community College, where she completely dominated. In 2024, she was named the ICCAC Division II Offensive Player of the Year, earned first-team all-region honors, and was selected as a first-team NFCA NJCAA Division II All-American at shortstop. She also took home the NFCA NJCAA Division II Player of the Year Award and the New Balance NFCA Golden Shoe Award, cementing herself as one of the top junior college players in the country. She then made the jump to Division I, spending time at Northern Iowa before continuing her career at Miami, Ohio, where she's been producing at an extremely high level, hitting .355 with a .459 on-base percentage, a .791 slugging percentage, along with 13 home runs, 34 RBIs, and 34 runs scored in just 36 games played. An elite hitter, proven winner, and someone who's continued to elevate her game at every level. Katy Olive joins 301 Banter right now.
Welcome to 301 Banter, a show having conversations with the finest athletes across Minnesota. We delve into the trials and tribulations of the athletes, coaches, and broadcasters that make the sports world in Minnesota tick. So whether you're a diehard sports fan or just curious to learn about different people, join us for discussions and behind-the-scenes glimpses into Minnesota's vibrant sports community.
So yeah, we'll start back at the beginning here. What initially drew you to the sport of softball?
Oh, softball. Baseball, the sport of baseball is really, really important to our family. My grandpa was actually a professional player back then, and so then it kind of passed down to my dad, and then my dad to my brother and I. So I have an older brother. He's 2 years older than me. He also played D1 baseball, and so it's definitely been something in our family since day one. We always watch the major leagues on TV, and then we play wiffle ball in the backyard. And so it's not something I was forced into, but I think I was just exposed since I was little and just found interest from day one.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have you're from Minnesota, so do you have a favorite team? Is it unfortunately the Twins?
I was gonna say unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, hopefully they can figure it out here soon. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, we've got Miami of Ohio softball to cheer for.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, you're from Minnesota. You played varsity softball at Edina. How did playing there and playing there for 6 years too help? How did that help develop your game for the next level?
Yeah, so I started varsity in 7th grade, and I think being exposed to the older girls and playing with the older girls up to their caliber really helped me start off that way. Yeah, I was a 7th grader playing with seniors, and like even playing catch before the games. Like obviously they're gonna throw the ball harder, and so I think having that example to follow really helped me kind of get to this next level. It was always something at the next level to follow instead of playing with people who are at my level. And it's always been a saying, like, when you're with a higher level caliber, you play up to that level. And I think that's very true for my situation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the iron sharpens iron.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
um, yeah. So you guys ended up making it to the state tournament your freshman year. Um,
Yes.
it was the pre-pandemic
Yeah.
um, state tournament. So what was that experience like, getting to play in the state tournament? Because obviously
Yeah.
just playing in any sports state tournament
Hmm.
is massive.
Yeah, we actually made it my eighth grade year too. So it was eighth and ninth grade. And the eighth grade year was the first time since like 40 years prior that Edina made it. So it was pretty cool being a part of that. And I think, sorry, like I said before, playing with older girls, it just kind of shows the grit and kind of we were playing gritty. That's kind of what our coach's motto is play gritty. And I definitely think we did that. And so being able to accomplish that goal, doing something that hadn't been done for a while, and then going to the state tournament, to kind of make a name for Edina. And since then, Edina's team has gone back, I think, a couple times now. So I think we kind of just set that precedent for future teams that it's still possible. It's not just the same teams that make it every year. And so it's pretty cool to be in that environment, see all the all the top teams from each section, and just that energy at Caswell Park in Mankato. It was pretty cool.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, they um again, the quote is winning is fun. So
Hmm.
once you get a taste of it, you want to do it again, and if you can
Yeah.
do it in eighth grade, and you're maybe not chasing that feeling for the next, however many years you're playing, but like you want to replicate it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You know the feeling. You want to do it again. It's like you said, it's
right.
fun. Yeah.
Right. Um, so you are obviously continuing your softball career currently too, and
Yeah.
when did you realize that you actually had a chance to play past the high school level?
I It was my goal since I started playing high school, since I started playing with the older girls. Um, that I knew I wanted to play in college. And with COVID, I kind of threw things off. And so that's part of the reason why I went JUCO my first 2 years of college, just to make sure like I get experience. And it was kind of looking back holistically. If I try to go D1 or that side of things, the NCAA, with the big roster sizes, I knew I probably wouldn't have as big of a shot to play, since they would rather take a fifth year college player versus a freshman fresh out of high school. And so I went JUCO. Um, Really, that JUCO, that team was really, it was awesome. It was very special. And so that also encouraged me to continue playing um, after my first 2 years, because JUCO is only the first 2 years of school. And so I wanted to find a school after that. And my JUCO coach really kind of instilled a lot of confidence in me. I was kind of more of a, sorry, not as much of a outspoken player, but definitely a little bit more laid back. And so he sparked something in me that I wouldn't have found without him. So I think that's kind of helped me find or continue to play my next 2 years after JUCO.
Yeah. The feel like you get those coaches too that make you re-fall in love with with the game, and
Yeah,
again, playing at a higher level too, while having to balance the college school load too. You got to love
right.
playing the game too, to try to balance just the kind of quote unquote normal college experience while also
Hmm.
playing a sport on top of that. So
Yeah,
it's definitely nice to kind of maybe you never felt out of love, but with the game, but like to have that reinforced like
definitely. Yeah.
later. So um yeah, so you mentioned you played 2 years of JUCO um in Iowa. How did that help improve your game? Maybe it is just, falling in love with it
Hmm.
again, and but how did that help you improve your game?
Yeah. JUCO is it's not bells and whistles. It's my JUCO was a field in the middle of a cornfield, and the wind was blowing like 50 miles an hour every which way, and so it's not fancy whatsoever. And so if you go JUCO, it kind of really filters out those people who want to play just to play instead of wanting to play for the fame of going to like a big school or having these really cool facilities. And so I think after going to JUCO and with the girls I was playing with, everyone wanted to play because that's all they wanted was to play softball. And so then it really showed you how to work on your game and not care about anything else. And you're also in a small town, so you had really not too big of a college experience. And so it was school and softball, and that really helped me focus on like developing my work ethic and developing kind of like you're here for a reason and you want to accomplish a goal. So let's accomplish a goal, and yeah, let's just do it together. It was a fun experience.
Yeah. So before you went to Miami after um, JUCO, you went to Northern Iowa first.
Hmm.
What went into the decision to go there as opposed to some of the other schools? Yeah.
Yeah. Um, UNI is about an hour away from NIACC, my JUCO, and my NIACC coach has a pretty good connection with the UNI coaches, and so he obviously threw it out there like, "Oh, you can go see what this school looks like." I visited a couple other Iowa schools um, in Central Iowa, and so I just decided that UNI it seemed like the best fit for me at that time. Just kind of through the connection, and that I committed there before my sophomore season. Um, and so it was, I would say maybe it was a little bit early, but also I liked the idea of finding a place and not having to worry about it during my sophomore season. And so, yeah, my coach, my NIAC coach, was a big facilitator in that.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said too about, not having that decision hang over your head,
Yeah.
and um it's like you end up playing more free, I think,
Oh,
a lot
for
of
sure.
times, which ends
Hmm.
up making you play better. and
That's
and
100% what happened. Yeah.
so yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about, maybe not making it, that decision way too early, but like earlier rather than later. And like there's
Yeah.
some kids committing to colleges in like eighth grade now. I'm like, you're going to be a completely different different person
Uh-huh.
in 4 years, and so that might be a little too early. But there's something to be said, yeah, like just committing before you're a sophomore, and
Yeah.
you're, you get that entire season to just be like, okay,
Yeah.
focus on just playing. At least you
Hmm.
have the next step. You
Yep.
know,
And I think that helped. My coach really emphasized playing for something other than yourself. And I think that helped with, I had my own issues taken care of. And so then being able to focus on helping the team win something that they hadn't done before. Because our JUCO season, we also were close to making it to the nationals tournament that Nike hadn't done for a while. So I think that definitely played a role too.
yeah. Which again, in JUCO, it is difficult to try and balance, trying to make it to that next step while not playing for yourself
Yeah.
entirely. Like
Hmm.
it's so when you are able to see that path a little more clearly,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to do. Um, so you played in Northern Iowa your junior year, and you played
Hmm.
transferred to Miami. Um, and this year as a senior, you've played 36 games. I'm looking at some of your stats from this year too, and it's
Hmm.
unbelievable. It's 36 games played, 355 batting, at least like, from the last time I looked, I should say.
Okay, gotcha.
So it was 36 games played, 355 average, 34 RBIs, and 13 home runs. What has just been the key to that success so far this year?
I think the shift between programs really helped me open up and trust myself, and this coaching staff played a huge role in that. We had a lot of transfers, and so they are working with a bunch of different swings, but they are really good at seeing what you're good at and honing in on how to make that even better, and also helping with your struggles and really understanding like where those maybe like the hole in your swing is coming from, and they understand the game really well and mechanics and everything. And so I would credit a lot to that, and then also coming to a new environment, having a fresh start, and just like you said before, playing free. I think I play best when I play free. I have zero worries, zero outside stressors. The team chemistry is great, and so I think knowing that I have the support around me, not being afraid to fail and like learn from mistakes has been, I think, a big part of that.
Yeah. So earlier this year, and it was a neutral site game, but you played against the Gophers in California a couple of times.
Yeah.
What was that experience like playing against the closest D1 team growing up
hmm
too?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I wanted to go to the Gophers, obviously, when I was in high school. That's kind of every high school softball player's dream. But then as time progressed, I realized it wasn't the best fit. And so I'm actually very glad that I reached out, found something new. And so then being able to play the home state school was pretty cool. And obviously a win is even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I know it's not playing, probably would have been cool to play here too in Minnesota against the Gophers,
Yeah.
but you'll take what you can get. Not
hmm
not being in the same conference, it's a little tough to have those things line up.
Right, right.
Um, so yes, then softball and baseball too, but softball can feel very individual too. You're up at the plate alone. You're
Yeah.
the in the field. It's like the infielders are relatively close, but they're still pretty far away, and so are the outfielders. And the the only the only one really controlling the game at that point is the pitcher. And again,
Yeah.
that's lonely, I'm sure too. Is
hmm
uh, how do you guys balance it being an individual game while it's also a team game too? It's not
Yeah.
golf where you're just out on the course alone. Like you
Right.
are competing as a team as well.
Yeah. Miami has we have this mindset of everything is for the team. It's not an individual thing that contributes to the team. It's the team's at bat. It's the team's play. It's the team's pitch. Um, and so I think that from the start is instilled in us. And like we have 21 outs in a game to help the team win. It's not your batting average that helps the team win. It's each out contributing to the end of the game, and each game contributing to the end of the season. And Miami has a pretty strong history of making it far in postseason. And so I think what we do now, we prioritize what we do now is what decides the end of the season. And so I think having more of like putting it little pieces together towards our end goal is how we kind of accomplish that.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you're trying to prevent, as long as possible, your 21 outs when you're up to bat.
hmm
Well, as a team working together to get them as quickly as you can in the
Yeah.
field. And
Right.
uh, so yeah, I mean, I guess all sports can be individual too if you if you don't think about it the right way.
Right. Right.
Uh, so got a couple questions left for you here. So when you look back at your career up to this point, and not just the collegiate career, look back at Edina and then playing youth softball, too. What or who, excuse me, who has made the biggest impact on your career?
I think I have a couple people if I can answer your
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
From day one, it's a lot has come from my brother, setting an example. That he also played, and like watching his work ethic, watching how a lot of aspects of your life contribute to your success on the field and obviously off the field, but kind of following his steps has been a great example. And then also, I would credit a lot to my JUCO coach. He definitely set me on the right path towards where I am right now. He developed me, like as I said, as a softball player a lot, but also as a person. And even now I still call him just to talk, not even softball, just to catch up on life. So I think that relationship is pretty important to me too.
yeah, yeah. The last question here, and this is the question we ask everybody that comes on the show.
Okay.
You can we ask it to individualize to think about it for your individual sport, but I feel like a lot of it applies to almost every single sport too. So the question is, what advice do you have for athletes looking to play past high school?
Okay. Um, I think seeing, or hence the fact that my path wasn't traditional, it wasn't like a big commit right out of high school. I think it's really important to remind athletes that you have your own journey to get to your end goal, and it doesn't have to be linear like everyone else. It doesn't have to be perfect, like impressive with all these big name brands of people committing to these huge schools. If you find a spot that you really enjoy and you find something that fits your personality, your goals really well, then you should go with it. And you should not care about what anyone else thinks, because when you get to college, nobody remembers where other people are going. Like everyone just gets kind of put in the past. You meet new people, you kind of focus more on the present versus what happened on your last day of senior year in high school. So I think if you find something you like, you don't need to worry about what other people think about it.
Yeah. And sometimes that, JUCO step might be where you develop,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I
know,
think that was the best decision of my life. I really do. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So there's might not seem like it maybe it does seem like it at the time, but very well could not seem like it at the time too, but and it could end up being the best decision you
Yeah.
ever make. So
Yeah, you never know.
just keep that in mind. Yeah. Well, Katy, thank you for joining us on this episode and taking the time out of your schedule to sit down with us today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much.
Massive thank you to Katy Olive for sitting down to chat with us today. We wish her the best of luck to finishing her senior season and in the future. Massive thank you as well to you who watched this entire video. Please, if you liked this video, leave a like down below, comment who you want to see next on 301 Banter, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We'll see you next time. Peace.